Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Idrissa Mwongi. It's time for the day break. We do apologize for beginning a little late. Doesn't always happen this way, but it happened, and so we do apologize for that. The whole nation is still mourning the people who died in the garbage slide in Kiteezi. The figures, there are those who say they are 20, others saying they are beyond that, and there are those who are still stuck in the garbage. But the government is doing everything its capacity to see that it can, remove all those dead bodies that are said to be still, stuck. The two boys I saw who are siblings who are going to actually coloresis. One was in senior 6 and another was in senior 5. That senior 5 is the one who was, retrieved, but for the one in senior 6, the body is still missing. What a tragedy. I mean, others have already been buried. I mean, it's a very, very huge tragedy that it befell the people of Kiteezi. Of course, there are those who have reacted to it. They have given it mixed reactions. There are those who are pushing the blame to government. The government also says that, it's a blame game now. It's a blame game. But what is important is that you can say everybody's concerned. Everyone is concerned to do, what is necessary to see that they can help the people who are, struck by this disaster. I've been joined by the NEED spokesperson. NEED is the National Economic Empowerment Data. You can call it the youngest political party. It's, of course, an opposition political party. And its spokesperson, Mr. Matovu Moses, is the one I do have in the studios today. Good to have you, sir. How are you doing?
Thank you. Good morning, viewers. We are doing well. Allow me also to send my condolences to the families that lost their beloved ones, and we pray that at least those who managed to escape can have a safe landing, can heal well. It's just unfortunate that we see a lot of Katemba going on there. I saw Nabanya the other day. She was there, and
the Prime Minister of Uganda.
The Prime Minister. And really, you wonder how we manage this country. Anyway, thank you for inviting me.
You saw her going there. Why do you call it comedy? This is a Prime Minister. She went there to commiserate with the people, who are affected by the tragedy.
And where is the Minister for Disaster Preparedness?
Oh, she was there, Junior Minister. Yeah. She was actually there just hours after the incident. Lillian Abdel was there.
I've seen a lot of, so many leaders there. But actually, they are doing nothing. We are good at, actually we are reactionary, if I could say. This government is a reactionary. The Kiteezi incident, I can't describe it as a natural disaster per se. It is a human creation.
It was a masterminded disaster.
Not masterminded. Actually, when you say masterminded, it's like some people planned for it. But
is that what you're insinuating? Because if it
is because of the recklessness, the negligence, okay, the carelessness of the concerned persons. Because just imagine.
You mean those who built residential near the garbage hit?
I'm talking about the leaders, particularly the leaders. Because now, when you actually, I don't want to throw any blame on those who built around, because in any case, if the authorities saw the risk in these people being around there, what did they do? They are telling us. They told them to vacate in 2015.
How would you have reacted, Mr. Matovu,
now,
if the government intervened to stop those people from building there? Would that actually legal?
What did they do? What did they do with the refugee people?
And don't you remember your reaction?
What did they do? That's my question. What did they do with the refugee people? Now, why do we have police? When I'm driving and I've not tightened my seat belt, the police will find me and they tell me they are doing that for safety reasons, for safety of my life.
To save you.
You understand? Now, in some cases, you go an extra mile. Now, just imagine 2015, okay? They are telling us, they told people to leave 2015, and this is 2024. What did they do practically?
Mr. Matavas, I think those what you
now you are a journalist.
What you exhibit? Yes, I am, and I followed up the things. Now let me answer you on behalf of the government. You're here. You're trying to
much you can convince. Because just imagine
you're just being unfair.
They bought Dondo land. It's there. What is it? I mean, what is it?
But you're just being unfair. Let me tell you where you're being unfair. If the government had intervened to stop people from constructing those plots of land they had acquired around the garbage heaps, you need.
Don't we have places where
they would have come out? Why stopping people from constructing there?
Now,
that's what you have.
Don't we have places where government has gazetted and people have not built there? That was a gazetted place for garbage, right? Now, we have all sorts of intelligence and security operatives. We have the local authorities. We have the KCCA authorities, right? They are all in charge of that place. Now, you're a journalist. How have you been following in the last 5 years? Have you been following that stuff? Have you practically what have you heard about it?
Yeah,
we have so many people here.
The government was contemplating relocating.
Just contemplating.
Relocating. You know I hear that they acquired land.
Do you know where they acquired this land 10 years ago? They acquired that land in Uganda 10 years ago. But now, we have a scenario where we have investors who do want to recycle. They want to recycle that garbage to do fertilizers, gas, electricity, blah, 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 blah. But these guys are stuck with their proposals. They are not approved. They have their money. Now, can you tell me why such things?
And who's to blame for that?
Who? We are blaming the authorities. We wouldn't have...
That's why I saw, before you joined me here, I was reading a story in the Daily Monitor about you. You asking the KCCA to resign.
Now, we
we
have two people here. One, the President of the Republic of Uganda should come out and apologize to the nation. Why? He's the appointing authority of almost all the KCCA staff. Talk of the minister, the two ministers, the executive director, the deputy executive director, and the directors of those departments, right? Now, if these guys, actually the KCCA is under State House. In other words, it is directly under the supervision of the president. Now, how come these guys can sleep on job? Such things happen.
You're sidelining the council?
No.
You didn't mention, because you only look at the technical team.
Yes, the technical team. The technical team, it is the one in charge, practically in charge. Practically, they are the ones in charge. All right? Now, if they slept on job, and the appointing authority is there, who appointed what I call the incompetent people. The incompetent people. I think the best thing for
where's the incompetence here?
Where's the incompetence?
And who's incompetent?
Now,
and what yesterday, where are they disappointed?
Yesterday I saw the ED telling us now we have he said 2 or 3 proposals. They have been approved. Why now? Why do you come to tell us that when this incident has happened? And actually, some 10 years ago, that was 10 years ago, that was 2012 around.
If it's 10 years ago,
yes,
go then start 14.
Yes, around there. I'm one of the persons who led someone to present his proposal about recycling. They just put that thing.
Where did you lead them? To the State House or to KCCA?
It was in KCCA. Now, that is some 10 years ago. Now, there are so many recent ones. Nothing is being approved. Who is in charge? Is it the council or the technical team? It is the technical team. Now, when such a thing happens, really, who do we? I mean, who is accountable? It is the ED directly in charge. And if they have been heaping that garbage, were they like building that whatever tower? Were they looking for gold up there? And remember, this is garbage, where you have polythene, you have pampers, you have what?
And time could slide.
Yes,
In fact, they should have seen
and
this
before you
coming.
keep on heaping, you know.
They should have seen this coming. But also, Mr. Matovu.
Secondly, now we are talking about the people around. You talked about them. People who built around there.
I heard some people trying to blame them for being reckless
Now,
somehow.
yes, we can say they are reckless. All right? Now, if somebody who built around is reckless, what about this one who's been picking those bottles, the what on those dirty smelling garbages? Do you think it is because of it is a luxury, it is the best job they can do? But it's because they have nothing else they can do. So they find their livelihood on that garbage stuff. Now, those people who pick those things, who sort them, they get some money, they buy the nearby plots because they're cheap. All right? And you, the authorities, the planners of the area, you let those people build. Where are you? Because in every area, we have planners. In every area, we have authorities. The LOCs, the town clerk. Who is in charge of that Kiteezi? There's a town clerk who is responsible. Is it Nansen? I mean, who is in charge of that area? But now the town clerk is there. Now, people build, you see them, they sleep, they work. Now, such a thing happens, then you say they are reckless. You are reckless. Who let those people build?
You have a lot to blame.
Yes.
Yeah, you're blaming a lot.
Let me tell you. And all those are counted. The town clerk, because somebody in the case here will tell you, for me maybe I did not know what was happening, but the town clerk was there. Now, Mr. Museveni will tell you, I did not know what was happening, but he has intelligence. When do we see intelligence work? Do they only work when it's a political matter? When Bobby Wine is going to handle, when he's going to have some
lead a protest.
Yes. Is that the only time when we see the intelligence working? Telling us how these FDCs were terrorists and etc.
Intelligence should have foreseen garbage sliding and killing people.
Because it is part of security.
Garbage.
It is part of security. It's like landslides. It is part of security. So, when do we see their reports? Because they report on everything. Do you want to tell me that they report on politics alone? Maybe. They report on politics alone. Not other threatening incidents. So, now, if we have all that collection of useless sleeping giants, really, what do you want us to say? That is why we, as need, we said, to be civil enough, they should resign. You cannot imagine, now they're telling you 20 people so far.
Resign. Who has ever resigned in
No,
India?
20 people have died. Who have been, their bodies have been recovered, right? But I happen to have a colleague who was staying there, actually who used to work, who was part of those people, but now, later, that person left that area. She told me where this garbage covered, it covered more than 100 units of homes, 100 homesteads, more than, you know the way those slums are composed. So more than 100 units. So now, if there are more than 100 units, you say each unit is one person. But remember, there is a unit where you have 4 people, you have 3 people, you have some children, you have what?
And it was a weekend.
Yes,
so
you just said each unit, one person. That's 100 people.
So you mean the number could be higher than
It is more, and some men are not going to be recovered even. Because there are those who are picking those stuff up there. Now, when the things
during the time happened, there were people on top.
It came with them, yes. It came with them.
Who was narrating that story? Who was there watching? Who told the story?
Have you gone there? Do you need somebody to tell you that people were there working? Because people begin working from 7, actually from 6 in the morning. Very early in the morning, people are there.
Those who thought what they call free things from the get.
Yes.
There was there.
They begin from as early as 6. So now, we are talking about these ones who were covered down there in their homes. But what about these ones who came with that garbage rolling down? So, the number is big. So you can't lose such a number and you just smile around. Then you tell us how the proposals have been approved. Are they approved? I mean, are they being approved now? All along, what have you been doing?
So now, that's going to be...
Actually, our suggestion was, let us stop looking at garbage as garbage. We should begin looking at garbage as wealth.
As a resource.
It's a source of wealth. Source of fertilizers, gas, electricity, taxes, jobs. And really, you have such a resource. And you're just looking on. Then you come smile, so you smile around, we have approved this money, some whatever. I mean.
Now that's going to be a problem. Because I saw cases I was considering now taking the garbage to Entebbe, and the Entebbe administration.
That's why that's why I'm telling you we are reactionary. So that place should have been abandoned long time ago. But the question is, why have they been using it still? Yet they had an alternative. In Dundu, they have around 130 acres. These ones were around 35 acres in Kiteezi. They have around 130 acres in Dundu.
I heard you being angered by the Prime Minister going there. This the Prime Minister in Hadoke, there is a
when they are telling
Minister
them,
of Disaster Relief and Disaster Preparedness.
When they are telling them, they are going to sort them out. They are sorting out.
And the President himself, let me first give you this information.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you have heard of it, but you just want to downplay it, of course. A typical
it is useless.
A typical opposition.
It is useless.
The President commiserated these people with
you
1 million.
You come up and say we are giving them 5 million. The other ones, those who escaped, we are giving them 1 million.
You're not pleased.
Are we considering people's lives? I mean, are we equating that life to money? Are we monetizing the lives of these people?
When people lose someone, don't you?
Why 5 million?
You give some,
why 5
some money
million?
to commiserate.
Why 5
maybe
million?
that's what the government can afford.
Why not 10? Why not 1? Why not 2? Why 5?
Now the problem is about the figure, 5 million. You're saying, if they gave them 2, they have said, why not 5?
No, the thing is, let us not be reactionary. Let us prepare ahead. Those are things that happen. Actually, that is why I said it is not, I can't classify it as sort of a natural disaster. It was controlled. It is because some people slept on their job.
Okay.
And that's why we are seeing such casualties. You understand? Now, it happens, then you say 5 million, 1 million. I mean, okay, that is the matter.
But at least the government has done something about it.
For me, that's not...
And I agree with you. I know what you're about to say. It's not a favor, but it's a responsibility. And I agree with you on that. But at least I've done something.
So now Nabanja goes there, tells them, we are going to sort you. Please make sure you have been a resident of this place, because we are going to use a satellite. We are going to use a satellite. It will show us that you have been there. That is Katemba. Since when did our Prime Minister start using satellite to tell all the people in Kiteezi, especially that particular place? I mean, we are... Anyway, that nonsense, I don't want to go into that.
Let's shift the debate now, discuss some politics here.
But now, the thing is, to summarize that, we are proposing as need that the issue of garbage is a national issue. It's a national problem. Because everywhere where there is a city, you go to Jinja, the city is smelling. You go to Masaka, similar problem. You go to Mbale, similar problem. Almost everywhere. Okay? Can we have what we would call garbage policy, garbage management policy? Something like that. We come up with a policy maybe through Parliament that we have even clear guidelines. If we have investors who want to inject their money in such business, they have clear guidelines.
I had the NEMA, now that you're passing blames, I had the NEMA director also passing the blame and saying that the problem of garbage starts from the homestead, from Mr. Matovu's home, where he does not separate the garbage. He gets the polythene plus leftover food and pack them in one pack. But if you would, in your homestead, you would separate this garbage, the polythene alone, leftover food alone, and some other things, it would be easier to manage.
Do we have separate places where we have those that can decompose and those, do we have that arrangement that we have a Kiteezi A here where we put maybe food, a Kiteezi B where we put pampers and polythene? Did we have such a thing? No. Why do you expect me in my homestead to do such? And when do you think, I mean, if you wanted such a thing to happen, when we go into the other business, as I've been telling you, okay, that one will be worked out smartly, because somebody with the garbage, you don't even need to tell that person that please separate, because he or she knows that this food stuff, if it is food stuff, you put this much. You take this one, this much. Now, they automatically, sort them out, all right? But because you don't have that arrangement, or that whole stuff is put on the same truck, they just dumped it even there. Now, why do you apportion the blame to me, yet the person collecting it again takes, do they sort that garbage? No.
I was just wondering. Let's take a break, Mr. Matov. When we come back, we are
let's have
going
a policy
to discuss
to manage garbage.
All right. We shall discuss some politics and tell us what NID is doing now that we are nearing to 2026, when Ugandans are going to be going back to the polls. Is NID contemplating feeding a presidential candidate once again, members of parliament, and what are they doing to see that this time around they get representation in parliament? We'll take a break, don't go away, because the day break continues shortly.
Are you looking for the perfect cake to sweeten up your special occasion? Look no further than Cake Oasis. At Cake Oasis, we specialize in creating exquisite cakes for all types of events. Whether it's a birthday celebration, a wedding, an introduction, baby shower, or any other special occasion. Our cakes come in a variety of trendy designs that will add a touch of elegance to your function. And the best part, our cakes are not only beautifully crafted, but also affordable. Contact us today on 0743 060 510 or 0762 572 464 to order your dream cake and make your event truly unforgettable. Cake Oasis, love at first bite.
Discover delicacy at Cafe 2, your all-in-one destination. Whether it's the perfect cup of coffee or a satisfying meal, we got you covered. Indulge your cravings with our mouth-watering pilau, savory katogo, crispy chips, and tender chicken. Explore our world of cocktails and fresh juices for a truly special treat. Planning an event? Choose Cafe 2 for top-notch outside catering services. Benefit from ample parking, stay connected with Wi-Fi, and catch your favorite matches on DSTV. Cafe 2 offers food deliveries in and around Kampala. Hosting a conference, our center accommodates up to 1,000 people. Need a boardroom for a party or corporate meeting? We've got just the spot for you. We offer a free venue for birthdays and baby showers, providing complimentary photography. For those aspiring to become professional baristas, our barista school awaits you. Visit us at Albany Center, Level 2 on Ginger Road. Cafe 2, where every occasion becomes a memorable experience.
Uganda, your #1 leading education newspaper, is back, bigger and better. With articles to fully suit the educational triangle from the government, schools, and parents all over the country, aiming at answering the ever left out questions, not forgetting revision questions and answers set by experienced teachers to prepare students for their finals. The Learner newspaper is supplied to over 12,068 schools all over the country with affordable advertising rates. We offer many more services which include uniform and sweater tailoring, all with an aim of easing work for the educationists. Contact us on 0754 777 029 or 0774 621 539. Email us on info@learnernews.com or visit our website at www.learnernews.com. You can also visit our offices at City Center Complex, Room J15, 4th floor, along Loom Street. The Learner, prioritizing education.
Thank you so much for staying with us. You're still watching The Daybreak with me, Derisa Mwonge. I'm with my guest, the spokesperson of NEED, Mr. Matovu Moses, and he's sharing with his perspective on things as they unfold in the country. We started with the tragedy that befell the people of Kiteezi. Actually, it didn't only affect those people, but the entire nation, because those who had relatives. I mean, you may have been covered, but your relative was in Kiteezi and is among those who lost their lives. Now, what makes matters worse is that there are those who are still stuck, under the garbage. But like I said earlier on, the government is doing the necessary, to see that they can retrieve the bodies. Tractors are there working day and night. They deserve some credit, Mr. Mato. For once, at least, give credit to it. Anyhow, I've discussed that to satisfaction.
I've been at UMI. They also lost their lecturer in that.
Yes, that lady. She was buried yesterday.
So,
very unfortunate. That's life.
So you want me to give credit where people are losing lives?
Death is inevitable,
yes,
Mr. Matov. You know that.
It is inevitable, but it shouldn't come as a result of negligence. Let it be natural. We shouldn't have people die because there is no medicine in the hospital. We shouldn't see people die because they are not doctors. Let the doctors be there, then the medicine is there, and somebody, at least we say, people tried, but naturally somebody, because we have to die. But it shouldn't be out of that recklessness of a human being. You understand? Okay. So there is no way I can give you credit. So still blame the government. Even as of now, as we are speaking, now they are talking about 20 bodies retrieved. Really? Is that the kind of response you would expect in such an incident? Really? Is that enough?
You're saying that...
as we speak now, yes, they are talking about 20 bodies. For me, I've told you, about 100 homesteads were covered. And some others who had come early morning to pick those things. Now you're talking about 18 or 20.
Well, a good thing they're still trying to dig.
That is why yes, they're still, and I'm not saying they're not trying. You have used the best word. They're trying. But is that the kind of response you would expect in such a scenario? Where you
if even, it was, let me ask
where you even expected
let me ask you this alive. If it was a need in charge of this government, in this country, what would have done? Now,
in such a thing, this those, say, the excavators, whatever, they should be there.
But they are there.
KCCA should have, and do they have? They're just hiring. They are there trying to make phone calls. Even the ambulances, they were using private ambulances to take people. Not KCCA.
Under the leadership of NEED, what would you have seen? It's such a tragedy.
This is what is supposed to be there. For example, even in other circumstances, the ambulances should be everywhere, because in Kiteezi we have it's a town council. Okay, there should be a standby police, fire something. Those ambulances should be there because they have health centers. They have a health center for. There should be an ambulance, but there's nothing. You have to call for an ambulance from Kampala, and actually from a private person, from a Mwonge, not a government one. Okay? Did you see the ambulance, maybe military ambulances, police ambulances, hurrying up to gun for rescue? Nothing. Because it doesn't concern them. It is a KCCA thing. Yet in such a scenario, you would see military, you would see police, everywhere where there is an ambulance, maybe that belongs to government, but it is a KCCA thing. Maybe it is a councillor's thing.
Let's discuss some politics, Mr.
A member of parliament thing.
Let us discuss some politics now.
And that is politics. There's no
yes, it is. It is politics. I mean, real politics.
Because
now.
It is this
active politics now. I understand.
It is that politics that shapes. the lives of people.
What is NEED up to lately, as we near 2026?
We have never stopped our activities. Actually, we are moving around.
What are you working up on?
We are recruiting.
We are recruiting
people.
You win election.
Nothing much more than that. We are recruiting people.
Recruiting?
Yes. Nothing. And I don't think there is any other party. I mean, there is any party that is doing otherwise.
Whereas I'm seeing whereas I've seen other political parties like the FDC,
because they come
the NUP.
They come in the news. For us, we don't.
You also hold press conference, don't you? The story I just read about here in the Daily Monitor.
Press conferences, but not mass whatever mobilization and etc.
Well, I was trying to show you what your colleagues are doing. Then they introduced that system where one to become a member, there's always purchase a ticket online with the 1,000. FDC did the same. So what is need doing? What strategy are you using to bring members on board, new members on board?
We are recruiting. We go in areas.
It's an underground movement.
We go in areas. We teach people about our ideology, whatever, and the due process we recruit them. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to advertise. I have to come in the media and tell people how to. I mean, because people have been doing that before. What is the end result? Nothing. So why should I?
How do you recruit members?
We go in their areas, different areas. Now, last week we are in Soroti. Actually, our Secretary General, as we speak now, is in Soroti, that side.
Okay.
Right? He's carrying out the activities. In the due process, we are recruiting members. Actually, we are recruiting members who are convinced that they should join NEED. Right? We are not recruiting out of excitement. And wherever you meet a NEED member, is indeed a NEED member.
What do you mean?
Like now, me, I would be in a different political party because there's some other bigger, you know. You
yourself, you need.
Yes.
You're the founder. So
I mean, by the time I founded this one, I would have joined, say, NUP. I would have joined FDC.
But you didn't believe in their ideology.
I wanted something I believe in.
And that's economic transformation.
I wanted to drive a truck I'm sure of.
And that's economic transformation. Because I see you have so much focus on the economy.
That's it.
But let me remind you.
Let
me remind you of this. The party in charge of this country, actually which has been in charge for the last close to 40 years, one of their principles is socio-economic transformation.
Socio-economic transformation.
You see how your ideology.
That is rhetoric.
Okay.
Now, today they come up with the MIOGA, the following day they come up with the PDM, the other day they come up with youth livelihood, the other day they come up with the women something, the other. Now, we began with the Ntandikwa.
After an initiative achieves its purpose, they transform.
Have you managed to audit those programs?
Well,
have you managed to audit them?
Well, they tell you that by the time they came here, the levels of poverty were actually high.
And now?
But with the introduction of these initiatives,
and now?
At least they have managed to transform people
economically. In the 40 years, they have been in power.
And now they have this narrative. Money in their pocket, that is yours, right?
That is ours.
But for them, they have this socio-economic transformation.
And that is rhetoric. I'm telling you, that is rhetoric. I can also say...
How different is your money in the pocket? Different from the president, who for the last now 10 years has been emphasizing, listen, this Mr. has been emphasizing, encouraging people, compelling people to engage in the money economy. As a matter of fact, I had somebody say that you are copycats. You the need people. That this idea of money in the pocket, you're trying to copy the NRM's idea of compelling people to engage in the money economy.
Actually, they came up with the money economy stuff after our ideology of economic empowerment, and it began with Nabanja,
the Prime Minister.
Yes. So it was us first. So now,
when are you going to learn how to attach the title of that leader, her name, the Right Honorable Nabanja?
Okay, she's a Prime Minister. That is done. Yeah. All right. And I'm not a journalist, but I studied that stuff. If I give you the
You've
title,
not done it. Had you done it in the beginning?
We did with you. We did it. But that's not a point.
Okay, carry on.
I want to see her do things that befit a Prime Minister. But that will be a debate for another day. Now, let's get back to the business, to the money in the pocket, all right? Now, if they're emphasizing the money in the pocket, as you said.
Actually,
why do we have
the money economy?
Yes, I understand. Why do you see traders demonstrate today? You see the interns the following day. You see teachers the other day. You see this group of people because they have no money. If they had money, I don't think you would see that. But because they have nothing...
Traders were not protesting because they didn't have the money.
Now, they didn't have money. I emphasize, they didn't have money.
They're protesting against the taxes.
Yes, the tax that takes everything away from them. The tax. Do you know how many taxes we have? Or do you know the number of taxes those guys pay? When you talk of the importers, you begin with the import duty, the 30%, the VAT 18%, withholding tax. It is in some cases they charge 15%. It is from 6 to 15%. There is infrastructure tax 1.5%. Then you go back to where they are working from. They pay rental tax 12%, property tax 12%. Now all those taxes erode money from their pockets. You understand? Now if you're emphasizing people to join the money economy, if you are saying people should join the money economy, and you are getting every coin they have in their pocket, what are you telling us? Are you walking the talk? Oh, that's why I said it's a rhetoric. You get my point. Now, whatever you get, you end up paying in taxes. So, their ideology is not practical. Actually, they are just contemplating, they are just trying to appease people. They are just making people to assume or to think that practically they are doing something. Yet, nothing is being done. And that is for real.
I've seen, actually,
that is why they have a number of programs.
I've seen the president these days, actively, even showing images, pictures, where he's teaching people how to engage in commercial agriculture, which they can even practice on small pieces of land. They will do one acre model. These are all good ideas. He has models like the Nyakano of Potpoto, and he's always busy trying to educate people, calling them upon. So it's unfair to refer this as rhetoric.
That is very
For the first time, they're being practical.
That is very true.
And that's why they're referring you. They're referring to you as being copycats, because this idea of money in the pocket, you're trying to copy the idea of the NRM under the socio-economic transformation.
Anyway, they have been here for 40 years. Even when I want to, even when I'm in power, the benchmark, first of all, I have to benchmark these guys. You see? I show you where they are doing well, I show you where they have done badly, then I show you how I'm going to rectify. Okay? Because they are the ones in power. Now, when you talk about...
And that means you look up to them. Now that you look up to them, you should give them credit.
No, which credit? If they are doing well, we would not be contemplating of hosting these guys. But because they are messing up the nation...
The problem I have with them is that they have overstayed. Is that issue you have?
That is not the only problem. Overstaying is not the only problem. Now, we have been talking about the Kiteezi incident and the way they are responding to the incident. Are you satisfied with their response? Let's begin with that one, which is fresh. Are you satisfied with the kind of response?
But you've not told me what NID would do.
No.
You've not told me what NID would do if they were the ones.
I told you.
When I saw the government intervene,
the
government intervened swiftly to retrieve the bodies. And they are still there, working day in, day out.
Today is Tuesday, okay? When did that thing happen?
Saturday.
Today is Tuesday. They had Saturday itself, they had Sunday, they had Monday.
But they're still working. They've been working since that time.
My question was simple.
These are human beings like you. They're not
Are you satisfied with the kind of response that is there? That is it's a simple one. Are you satisfied, you as
they are doing what is expected of them?
No.
Until you tell me what NID would do.
Don't dodge my question.
Tell me what NID would do if you are the ones in charge of this country.
Now, if they have 4 excavators there, we would have around 10 or 20. Because it's about life.
So you're questioning the capacity?
Yes. Now, the ambulances, why don't we see a forest of ambulances? Because there's so many people who were affected. They needed so many ambulances to be evacuated. How many did you see?
How many casualties did you find there stuck when you went there that needed to be taken by ambulance?
Okay, I think that debate is becoming a bit hard for you to understand.
No, it's not. You're just being
If I'm
unfair.
telling you, if I'm
and
telling
I'm trying
you,
to erase that unfairness you're trying to exhibit.
if I'm telling you, more than 100...
Did you find people stuck there who are casualties and the government...
Yes, they're there.
Stuck there, the government has not transported those
If you
people.
have somebody there, let that person do a video call.
You were there and you found people stuck there.
Yes.
They have not been taken to hospital.
People were using
When the same government
even,
given
actually, let me tell you,
1 million
people were just
transport.
using their hands to dig out people with the hose. Now you're going to tell me they're responding.
But that's a reinforcement.
Now,
As the trucks are working there,
I'm talking about government. So do you want to say that government can't do so? We do it on our own way.
As the excavators are working there, these people also feel they want to contribute and do something.
The good thing is you are satisfied with the response, all right? So whatever they are doing and whatever they have done for you, that is bread and butter. So it is good.
No, my question is one.
But mine is...
You've not told me what you need to do if you are the ones in charge. What would you have done?
I'm telling you, if we are the ones in charge,
what would you have done?
We would have already prepared for any incident, not only Kiteezi. City Council, KCCA here, should have more than 30 ambulances. KCCA alone should have more than 30 on standby for anything. More than 30 for anything.
I don't see how ambulance becomes an issue.
Okay?
Here.
Now,
I don't see how ambulance
if you are building capacity, we have been talking about local content in terms of construction. Okay? Not basing on these Chinese and etc. What does that mean? We capacitate our institutions. Now, when it comes to construction, we should have our own excavators. Enough to do the job and for any eventuality. Do we have those ones? You, because you're asking what I would have done. So, if we are the ones in the power, we would make sure KCCA that is in charge, they have more than 30 ambulances on standby. We would make sure that in all the health centers across the country, there are ambulances. Not only for such catastrophes, but for anything. You understand?
Let's use the remaining
when we talk
about
disaster preparedness, all right? Money should be readily available. But now, when you talk about disaster preparedness, you will see money coming from State House, the 5 million, the 1 million. Not from Ministry of Disaster Preparedness, that's the Office of the Prime Minister. All right? And now, the next thing you're going to see on the floor of Parliament is a supplementary, some billions to go and look after, take care of these people.
Let's use the less
But we have a budget.
Mr. Matov.
Every year.
Yes.
Do you know how much they are given for that disaster? Nothing. But it's a whole ministry with no budget.
How does the ministry run without a budget?
You Google here and tell me their budget.
The Ministry of Relief and Disaster Preparedness.
Don't worry. Google here, tell me their budget. It is open. You tell me their budget. Every time there is a catastrophe, you see the next day, a supplementary on the floor of Parliament.
Let's use the remaining 3 minutes to talk about your plans. Take us through your plans, as we near 2026.
So, anyway.
What is need working on lately as we near?
I told you,
yes.
We are busy moving around the country, trying to tell people about our ideology. Those who appreciate, they join. And I was telling you, those who join indeed, they join us after understanding us, not because of excitement, not because of winning the next election, no way. Because the problem we have in this country, especially in politics,
yes.
We normally run, we are normally taken by surprise, by excitement. You end up voting people you would not even expect to be.
You regret later.
In different positions, and the following day you begin regretting. So now, for us, we thought...
As a wind up, Mr.
we thought, if we tell people what we stand for, and they appreciate that, right? We understand we can have a better plan for this country. Our ideology is regional governance. And we emphasize that this country has a lot of resources, particularly natural resources. Okay? When you talk about natural resources, you look at the lakes, the rivers, these minerals, immense resources we have. But we don't almost gain anything, especially when it comes to
the
mineral resources. In our budget, there's nothing like we shall get this amount of money from our mineral resources. But we have factories in Busia, we have a factory in Karamoja, we are excavating, we are digging out gold in Kasanda. But when I ask you what is in the budget, nothing.
We have to get out of here, Mr. Prof.
You understand?
Your last shot.
So, my last shot. Those who slept on the job, for Kiteezi, where we are losing more than 100 people, they should tender in their resignation. The ED in particular,
Dorothy Tsaka should resign.
And her team, the health team, and the risk management team, they should.
Need should lead
because they should have seen this coming.
Need should lead a protest to the City Hall, just like the Gen Z tried to do last.
Do I need to lead the protest?
Thank you, Mr. Mato. I was just joking. We have to get out of here. Thank you so much, Mr. Mato, for finding time to be with us here.
Please.
Thank you so much, our dear viewers, as well, for watching the Day Break. My name is Idrissa Muwonge. Until we meet again, and that is tomorrow, inshallah, in the morning. From me and the team, wish you a blessed day. Goodbye for now. See you then.